the true EP, people were waiting for it for a long time.
Yeah.
And when they got it, I feel like they automatically embraced you. It wasn't people know when they weren't like, oh, is it still Lloyd? It was automatic like, yo, this is the Lloyd we love, and it's fire. Like there was no debate about that.
Well, that's one of the three things I was hoping people would take from True. Was one, oh shit, he could still sing, right? Okay, he didn't fall off.
Yeah,
Two, that it's important to be able. Time is important, and you can cherish it, even though you have many ambitions in your life. Sometimes time is really necessary in order to nurture yourself and to grow, to become a better version of yourself. And I think three, with being away for so long, that was two. Three would just be, hey, this is somebody, hey, he gives a fuck about me. He cares. I think he might actually give a fuck
Right.
about himself and about maybe me as well, even though he doesn't know me, never met me, but
That personal connection with fans, right?
I can tell that he's reaching for something deeper to connect with me on a greater level than just some form of escapism or pretentiousness.
And I think it actually also shows that you still give a fuck about R&B music and the culture of it, and true R&B.
Well, I give a fuck about music. I give a fuck about the
Okay.
story, and I give a fuck about the human experience in all its glory and all of its struggle. For me, one of the most important phrases in my life is no struggle, no progress. And it's funny how a lot of times pain and struggle and progress and progression seems to be intertwined.
Right.
For me, more so now than ever. I think is way more misunderstanding amongst each other, maybe even now than in 1965, which is very, very baffling to me.
Crazy.
Being that it is such a melting pot for us. But my deal was, look, I've been sent some beautiful inspirations that showed me how much more there was to life, how much bigger life was than just myself, and how important it was for me ultimately to be a part of something integral in nature, and selfless, I think.
And literally, it's the next step of your career, of where you're going.
I believe so. I believe that in order for me to graduate as a man and as an artist, that it takes sacrifice, and it takes for me to really, really think about my fellow man and brother and sister and their plight and
Humanity.
how it's intertwined, and ultimately how much I believe that in conversation and in honesty and transparency, how much more we find out we are alike, or relatable than we ever knew. And through that, we build compassion for each other. We build respect and honor for
That's
each
what we need
other.
right now in these hard times in
I-
2017.
I think that we could use more of that, also with maybe more of a fact-driven.
Right, a media center, not just these fake news stories and whatever you see on
Instead of
Facebook.
alternative facts.
Yeah, exactly.
Or an opinionated narrative. I think
Right.
a fact-driven narrative is also important. And in order to do that, sometimes it means pushing your pride aside. It means not, really facing yourself and
Looking in the mirror, right? Seeing
looking
like,
in the
who's
mirror,
man in the mirror.
looking
right
in the
now.
mirror, and really being honest about what you see.
Wow. And I'm talking to your publicist, and you're already into the next album, right? Like you're.
Well, I've already had been into the next album before I released True. True was a part of a collection of songs that I wrote with my guitar that I call Out My Window, which was talking about all the things I was seeing out of my window every day.
Wow.
However, I think me being away for so long and looking at the ocean of pop culture, I just wanted to stick my toe in the water
Okay.
and see if the temperature was right.
Got
Make
you.
sure it wasn't any sharks in there to bite and stuff like that. So that's what True, the EP, was about. Was just a test to see how people felt. If this kind of content would even resonate with people as much as it meant to me. Sometimes it doesn't mean the same to other people, and that can be heartbreaking for an artist. So
Especially for like day one fans who were just crying for this album, begging, pleading.
And especially for someone who really, really, really is putting their heart into something, you know, to not have it resonate or reciprocate it can sometimes be devastating. So, you know, True was a gamble that I took in good faith. I'm really, really overwhelmed by the response. I'm back at Vibe, so come on, man.
Back out here, Lloyd is back out here.
I guess I caught a vibe, and hopefully I could keep riding the wave, man, of honesty and soul. And if that means some sort of resurrection or push for more R&B music, so be it. If that means, you know, maybe escaping from escapism for a while, then so be it.
Please accept me for what I do. I'm just doing everything that